Watching everybody like drag Fannita to filth has been so interesting to me. And she actually made a video about a while back, a couple of months ago or something. She was talking about watch how things change for me. When I start getting skinny, like I've been saying the same stuff since I was big. Now that I'm skinny, people are gonna have a hard time with that. And when she started getting skinny, people weren't really saying anything because they didn't really have much to say on her because that's who Fannita is. Like the lady has not changed. She has not changed who she is, her personality, or any of that. But what I think really prompted this like hop on hate train for Fannita is when she came out talking about the pay gaps and differences between people of color and white people, and people lost their minds. And people brought up something that happened with Bria and that whole Tart situation, which I don't agree with the situation. Like she should have just taken the invite and just kept her mouth shut and didn't say anything about Bria or anything, because at the end of the day, people are like, oh, well, she's not for the black community. She's not for black women. Y'all, black women are not even for black women are not even for black women. Like, we're the worst to each other. We drag each other to filth. And that is what we're doing to Fannita right now. It would have been, even if it wasn't Fannita that took that brand trip, it would have been another black girl. Because at the end of the day, we all got to eat. And I'm not saying betray your race, because I'm not for that. I don't do that. But her taking it, you think the Tart was like, oh, we invited another black creator, they didn't take it, so I'm just gonna give it to you. No, it was just, oh, hey, last minute, somebody couldn't make it, you want to come? She's like, yeah, sure. She could have kept her mouth shut. But I just find it so funny. People are using that to the teeth to like nail her on the cross. And now all of a sudden, Fannita's a bully. Fannita is this. And now that she is like conventionally attractive and she's skinny, like she's not allowed to say certain things. Like if you are an attractive woman and you're skinny and you act like the way she does, people are going to say you're a bully. And the funny part about all of this too is that people don't understand why she is vigorously like defending herself. Like there's thousands of people coming for her. Like the girl is fed up. She was bullied her entire life for being a big girl. She finally loses the weight and now people are bullying her even more. That's got to be frustrating. That's where I see her humanity on why she's coming off so aggressive and angry, which I don't blame her for it. Can you imagine so many people coming for you on the internet? I would lose my mind too. I don't even think she's losing her mind. She's defending herself. She's allowed to defend herself. And also going back to the Tart situation, people can do wrong things and still change. Like, how do we know Fannita hasn't changed in that way? And like, you know what? Next time when I get a brand trip, I'm not going to act like that. How do we know she hasn't? You know what I mean? And I get it. I believe in holding people accountable. Like Fannita being held accountable about the Tart situation. Yes, hold her accountable when she's wrong. However, I feel like some of us got to admit that some of us are using this, bringing up Tart, as a crutch to use to hate on her. Some of us are just hating on her just because we don't like her. Like, I'd rather people say I don't like someone, period, than try to, like, use a situation to, like, oh, that's why I didn't like her. That's why I didn't like her. And then people are now, like, mad at her because she's confident within herself. And I'm like, what's wrong with her being confident within herself? Like, she's lost the weight. She feels better about herself. Let her talk about herself. And this also goes back to being a black woman. Like, you have no room for error. You can make the tiniest amount of error and watch the vitriol. And the vitriol, again, you know where that vitriol most likely comes from more than anything? From us, from other black women. That's where the vitriol comes. Like, you don't have room to mess up. The way y'all have been treating her, you would think she's out here, like, doing something absolutely heinous. Like, I feel like the hate that is coming does not equate to what she did with the Tart situation. It does not equate to what's happening. And I just feel like people need to step back and see why she's acting the way she's acting. Like, she's angry. She's mad, y'all. She's mad. Think about it. Like, if you're being bullied and people are telling you, like, your whole life, you've been through so much already, and people are coming for you, what would you do? What would you do? Let's just take a step back. And I'm not saying everything that she said is okay. She should just say whatever. I'm not saying that. I don't agree with everything that Fannita does. But I'm just saying, let's just look at the human side of who Fannita is. Like, just back up for a second.